1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2. Thank you both. 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test. One two 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test Tolulu 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2. One two 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2 mic test 1 2 1 2.
Good morning. Morning.
Sanibonani.
I think we can now start, even if there are still some other people coming, but we can start. And we start with the national
Cabanga
anthem.
ukuthi ke sesingaqala noma kusakhona abasangena ngiyacabanga ukuthi sesingaqala kodwa ke sicela siqale ngeculo lesizwe.
Very much. Maybe let's start by introducing ourselves.
Siyabonga kakhulu mhlawumbe ke sicela ukuthi siqale ngokuthi sizethule.
We have got our interpreters. They are sitting on my far right there.
Sinabo ke nabahumushi abazosilekelela bahleli lapha esikudleni.
Meaning that anyone can talk, can use any language that he or she prefers, as long as it's a South African language.
Okuzochaza ukuthi ke umuntu angasebenzisa noma ngayiluphi ulimi azizwa ke ekhululekile ngalo kuphela nje maku ulimi lalapha eMzansi Afrika.
And then we have got our officials on my right on this desk here.
Lapha kuleli tafula abasebenzi ke base parliament.
If anyone has got some written submissions or any other thing, they can submit to that desk there.
Uma ke ekhona onezethulo ezibhalwe phansi okanye kukhona umuntu afisa ukufaka mayelana nalomsebenzi okubhalwe phansi angakuletha kuleli tafula.
My name is Jerome Make. I'm the chairperson of the Hoc Committee.
Ngegama ngingu Jerome Make ngingusihlalo ke waleli committee.
Morning, my name is Dirk Stibbe. I'm a member of the Hoc Committee.
Sanbonani, igama ngu-Doris Dlakute, lilunga laleli committee.
Sanibonani, igama uBolelani Magwanisha, ilunga laleli committee.
Sanbonani, Ubegi Hadebe, ilunga le committee.
Thank you very much. Maybe we will start by explaining the purpose of the bill, why we are here.
Siyabonga kakhulu mhlawumbe ke kungakuhle siqale ngokuthi sichaze inhloso yalomthethosivivinyo nokuthi ke kungani silapha.
And maybe in the inputs we will request that those that give inputs try at least to be focused on the bill itself.
Sizophinde siceleke ukuthi labo abazokwenza izethulo bazame bandla ukuthi banamathele okanye baqondise kulo mthethosivivinyo esizokhuluma ngawo.
I will then ask my colleague to give us the purpose.
Ngizobe sengicela ke uza kwethu asinikeze injongo yalo mhlangano.
Or maybe before I've jumped the gun, we are here and we haven't even been welcomed and we start working, which is out of protocol.
Mhlawumbe ke khona bese ngikweqile sesilapha mhlawumbe asikakemukelwa nokwemukelwa sesingena ke emsebenzini okungenza kuba lokho kuphambana nenqubo.
We have got our hosts here from the municipality. I think
Sinabo ke abasemukele lapha abavela kuona lo masipala wala ekhaya.
we will give over to them to welcome.
Sizawudlulisela kubona ukuthi ke basamukele.
Ngithanda ukuthi ngibonge ithuba engilitholayo.
I'd like to say thank you for the opportunities that I've been given.
Ngicela ukuthi ngibingelele the chairperson of the committee, Honorable J Make.
Let me greet the chairperson of the committee, Honorable J. Make,
Na wonke amalunga ahloniphekile akulo le ad hoc committee.
as well as
Ngibi-
all the honorable members that are here in this committee.
Ngibingelele the MMC from the district, Councillor Malati, who is standing on behalf of the executive mayor of the district.
I'd also like to greet the MMC of the district who is standing in for the mayor of the district.
The whip of council from Sualikwa, Councillor Pritisbego.
Usotwepu walapha ke obizwa ngo Pretty Sibego.
Officials from different spheres of government, members of public and all stakeholders.
Abasebenzi ke abaqhamuka ke kwahulumeni nabanye ke abaqhamuka kwezinye indawo ngokunjalo ke nomphakathi wonkana.
I've seen we have also our honorable councillors from Sugalikwa municipality. Ngiyababingelela nabo.
I've also seen councillors from Musigwa municipality. I also greet them.
Ngibonge lethuba leli engilitholayo njengoba namhlanje sihlangene la kule public hearing on General Intelligence Law Amendment Bill.
I'm thankful for the opportunity as we are gathered here today or for the public hearing on the GLAB.
This is a mandate from the Constitution that this public participation take place so that we can be able as public to get the opportunity to participate in this bill, make inputs
Look-
as
Lokhu ke kuyinto ebhalwe lapha kumthetho sisekelo ukuthi ke uma ngabe kuzawushawa umthetho umphakathi mawunikezwe ithuba lokuthi nawo uzofaka izimvo zawo kulo mthetho sivivinyo.
loku ke okwenzekalayo lana yiloku esikujabulelayo ukuthi the government le ebusayo iyakwenza loku eyathi izokwenza ebantwini kuko konke ekwenzayo njengoba izothatha izokwenza ukuthi before iyo table le bill ku parliament iqale kithi singabahlali na wonke ama stakeholders ukuze nathi sikhone ukuthi sibe nezwi as abahlali.
We are happy about what is happening here because the government of the day is able to come and sit with us before they take a bill and table it in parliament. They come to the community so that the community can also have their input.
Siyanicela ke bahlali basaGarisibande namaphethelo ukuthi nikhululeke ni participate nenze ama input uma ngabe uyabona ukuthi mhlambe unenkinga yokuthi awukhona ukukhuluma ngiyacabanga ukuthi basivulele ithuba ukuthi sibhale okunye sizokusubmita la ngaphambili.
We would request then the community of Gerstebande and the surrounding areas to come forward, make their submissions, and I think should one be afraid of speaking, I think we have an allowance to hand in written submissions.
So ngalawa mazwi ngithanda ukuthi nginamukele nonke nizizwele nisekhaya kanye namalunga esishayamthetho.
With such words, I'd like to greet all of you and welcome you. Please feel at home as well as the members of parliament.
Ngicela ukuthi nginaziseke ukuthi izindlu zangasese uzokhuphuka la, then uthenele ka left, then uzobona lama arrows lawa khona lama arrows alaphaya azokukhombisa ukuthi abantu besilisa bangakuphi nabantu besifazane bangakuphi. Ngiyabonga kakhulu sizweleni nisekhaya. Thank you, program
For
director.
restroom, you go up the side, you follow the arrows. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think then I can hand over to my colleague.
Siyabonga kakhulu, sengicela ke ukudlulisela kuza kwethu.
Thank you, Chair. Seated in front of you, as the Chair has alluded to, we are an ad hoc committee on the General Intelligence Laws Amendment Bill.
Njengoba ke usihlalo bese yewaveza leli committee elihleli phambi kwenu li i-committee ke elibhekene ke nale General Intelligence Law Amendment Bill.
Phecelezi ibizwa ngokuthi i-GLAB
In
2023.
other words, it's usually referred to as GLAB.
We are a multi-party committee.
Siyi-committee ke elakhiwe ngamaqembu ahlukehlukene.
Today, we are here for a public hearing to get your views on the proposed bill.
Namhlanje ke silapha ukuzokuzwa ke izimvo zenu kulomthethosivivinyo ophakanyisiwe.
We are not here for service delivery related issues.
Asizelanga ke ezinye zezinkinga ezingase zibe khona emphakathini mayelana ke ne-service delivery.
I also would like to mention that the bill was first advertised last year, mid-December 2023.
Ngithanda ke nokuveza ukuthi ke umthethosivivinyo lona waqala wakhangiswa okanye ke wamenyezelwa phakathi kuka December ngonyaka ka 2023.
The first deadline was the 30th of January 2024.
Isikhathi ke sokuqala esasibekiwe sokunqamula ukulethwa ke kwezinto ezibhaliwe kwakubekwe umhla ka 1 January 2024.
Yes, and because of the request and the appeal from community stakeholders, the deadline was extended to the 15th of February 2024.
Ngenxa ke yezicelo yabantu ke ababe nentshisekelo mayelana nalomthethosivivinyo kwabe ke sekululwa isikhathi leso sasayobekwa ke kumhla ka 15 kuFebruary ku 2024.
So today we are here to consider your oral presentation in terms of the proposed bill.
Namhlanje ke njengoba silapha sizokuzwa ke okwenu izivon zenu senizibekela ke nina mayelana ke nalomthethosivivinyo.
We are here because there are shortcomings when it comes to our intelligence services in the country.
Silapha ke ngoba kukhona okungenzeki kahle noma okungahambi kahle makubhekwa ke ezobunhloli kuleli lizwe lethu.
This bill aims to address those shortcomings.
Lo mthethosivivinyo ke uzama ukuthi ke ulungise lezo zindawo ezixegayo.
In 2009,
Ngonyaka ka 2009
the intelligence services was restructured using what we call presidential proclamation.
ezobunhloli zakhiwa kabusha kusetshenziswa lokhu ekubizwa ngokuthi isimemezelo esikhishwa ngumengameli.
The National Intelligence Agency, which was near at the time, and the South African Secret Services were amalgamated.
Kwahlanganiswa i-National Intelligence Agency ne-South African
Secret Service.
Secret Services.
That amalgamation led to what we call the South African State Security Agency, SSA.
Lokho kuhlanganiswa ke kwabe sekukhipha ke into eyodwa kuyi-South African States Agency, SSA.
But that process was found to be irregular because in terms of the constitution, the president can only introduce intelligence services through a legislation, not a presidential proclamation.
Kodwa ke wonke lo msebenzi watholakala engathi ke awuhambanga kahle ngoba ke ngokomthethosisekelo umengameli akakwazi ukuthi ke afake umthetho ngokumemezela nje kufanele udlule uyongena ke ngokushawa kwawo.
There were several attempts to rectify this irregularity, but the challenges continued.
Kuye kwaba khona ke imizamo eminingana ukuthi ke kulungiswe lezo zinkinga kodwa ke zaqhubeka.
This led to the president in 2018 to establish a high-level review panel on the state security agency.
Ilapho ke okwabe sekholela khona ukuthi ke ngonyaka 2018 umengameli akhande ke iqoqo ke elisezingeni eliphezulu elalizobuyekeza wona ke lo mthetho sivivinyo.
The panel made some recommendations and those recommendations were accepted and adopted.
Ipanel leyo iyaqhamuka nezincomo, izincomo ke zavunywa zamukelwa.
So this bill aims to implement some of the recommendation as presented by the high-level review panel.
Umthetho sivivinyo ke lo esibhekene nawo namhlanje uzama ke ukuthi ke kuthathwe ke lezo siphakamiso nezincomo ezazenziwe ile panel zifakwe kuwona.
The bill also aims at implementing some of the recommendations made by the Zondo Commission.
Umthetho sivivinyo futhi uzama nokuthi ke uphinde ufake ezinye izincomo ezavela lapha kwikhomishana kaBabuzondo.
It also aims at implementing the constitutional judgment in relation to bulk interception.
Iphinde ke izobheka ke ukuthi izame ukulungisa indaba ke isinqumo senkantolo enkulu yomthethosisekelo mayelana ke nokungenelela ukuzama ukuvimba izinto ke eziningi.
So I'm going to briefly explain the purpose and the main objectives on the bill.
Ngizochaza nje kancane inhloso nezinjongo ke zawo lo mthetho sivivinyo.
The bill aims to have a professional intelligence services that will respect and uphold the constitution.
Umthetho sivivinyo lona ubheka ukuthi ke kube khona ezobunhloli ezizohambisana futhi ke zilandele umthetho nomthetho sisekelo.
This is done because one of the recommendations in the high panel review indicated that for quite a long time accountability was compromised in the intelligence services.
Lokhu kwenziwa ke ngoba i-high panel review yaveza ukuthi ke kuke kwaba khona isikhathi la kungekho khona ukuthi ke abantu baphendule mayelana nezomhloli.
So this bill aims at re-establishing accountability in the intelligence services.
Izozama ke umthetho sivivinyo uzozama ukuthi ke kukwazi ukuthi kube khona abantu abangakwazi ukuthi ke baphendule uma kuza ke kuzo ezobunhloli.
Again, the bill also aimed to have amendments to explicitly deal with illegal orders.
Kukhona ke futhi ukuthi kuzawuba khona ichibiyelo ezizobe zibhekene ngqo nento ke usihlala ibiza ngokuthi ama legal orders okungaba illegal orders okungaba ke imiyalelo engekho emthethweni.
So if anyone in the services issues illegal order and those orders are implemented, the bill aims at criminalizing such a conduct.
Uma ke kukhona kwezobunhloli okhipha umyalelo ukuthi akwenziwe lokhu bese kuba khona abakwenzayo kanti lokhu akuhambisani nomthetho labo bantu ke bangabhekana nengalo yomthetho.
The bill also aims at reviewing the powers of the minister to avoid any interference in the administration and operations within the services.
Umthetho sivivinyo futhi uzozama ke ukuthi kubhekwe amandla anikezwa ke ongqongqoshe noma ungqongqoshe ukuze ke kuzanywe ukuvika ukungenelela ngabe ke ekusebenzeni nasekuqhubeni kwezobunhloli.
We also have what we called National Intelligence Coordinating Committee, in short NICOC.
Sinento esibiza ke ngeNICOC.
The bill proposes that NICOC should be relocated to the presidency.
Umthetho sivivinyo lona uphakamisa ukuthi ke iNICOC ithathwe iyongena lapha ehhovisi ke likaMengameli.
There are 3 acts under the intelligence services that we are amending.
Kunemithetho ke emithathu phansi ke kwezomhloli esizama ukuyichibiyela.
The first one is the National Strategic Intelligence Act.
Oqala National
Strategic Intelligence Act.
Strategic National Intelligence Act.
The second one is the Intelligence Services Act.
Okwesibili i National Services Intelligence Act.
And the last one that we're amending is the Intelligence Services Oversight Act.
Omunye ke i Intelligence Services Oversight Act.
So by amending these three acts, we are aiming to achieve the following objective.
Ngokuchibiyela ke lemithetho emithathu sibheke ukuthi ke sithole lemphumela elandelayo.
We want to undo the establishment of the State Security Agency.
Sifuna ukuthi ke sisuse ukwakhiwa kabusha kwezobunhloli.
By disbanding the State Security Agency, we want to establish the South African Intelligence Academy. We want to establish the South African Intelligence Agency that will focus on domestic intelligence and be responsible for counterintelligence.
Sifuna ke ukwakha ke ezobunhloli ezizobhekana ke nobunhloli obulanga phakathi nokunye ke okuphikisana nezinto ezimayelana nomhloli la kulelizwe.
The bill also aims at establishing the South African Intelligence Services responsible for foreign intelligence gathering.
Umthetho sivivinyo lona futhi ubheke uzama ukuthi ke kwakhiwe ezobunhloli ezizawubheka ke manje ulwazi noma ubunhloli obuqhamuka ke emazweni angaphandle.
And most importantly, the bill will also clarify the mandate for the two intelligence services that will be established.
Izophinde ke icacise kahle umsebenzi walama lokhuza ke ezobunhloli ezihlukene kabili ukuthi ke zizobe zenza ini kuzocaciswa yiwona lo mthetho sivivinyo.
The bill will also re-establish the South African National Academy of Intelligence that will be responsible for intelligence training.
Umthetho sivivinyo lona futhi ukhuluma ngokuthi kuzophindwe kuvulwe okanye kuqalwe kabusha isikhungo semfundo ke ephakeme ezobe ibhekene sibhekene ngqo nokuqeqesha abantu beqeqeshelwa kona zona ezobunhloli.
The bill also aims at providing the legislative mandate for bulk interception, which will make us to be compliant with the Constitutional Court judgment.
Iphinde ke ibheke ukuthi kukhona into sihlala ibize nge-bulk interception okuwukuthi ke ukungenelela ukuvimba izinto eziningi okuzobe ke sekuhambisana ke nesinqumo senkantolo yomthethosisekelo.
This legislative mandate is aimed at promoting and protecting the right to privacy.
Lokhu ke kuzanywa ngakho ukuthi ke kuphakanyiswe futhi kuvikelwe ilungelo lokuthi umuntu abe uyena ngasese.
The bill also aims to provide for the regulation on cyber security, protection of information and intelligence.
Iphinde ke umthetho sivivinyo ubheke ukuthi ke kube khona ke ukuvikeleka lapha kwezobuchwepheshe kuphinde ke kube nezobunhloli.
The bill will also provide for matters that are related to former members of the intelligence services.
Lokhu ke kuzophinde ke kubheke nabantu ababe ngabasebenzi kwezobunhloli phambilini.
The bill has also attempted to provide clarity on some of the definitions.
Umthetho sivivinyo lona uyazama futhi ukuthi ucacise ezinye zezincazelo ezikhona.
So if today there are still definitions that are vague or considered to be vague, today it's your opportunity to provide clarity and give input of what do you think should be the proper definition.
Njenga namhlanje nje uma kusekhona incazelo noma igama elingacaci kahle namhlanje lona thuba ke nalo lokuthi ke niveze lokho bese niveza futhi imbono yenu kulezo zincazelo.
So today we're engaging with you as the community and stakeholders to get an understanding whether or not you support the bill.
Sizokhulumisana ke nani njengomphakathi ukuze siqonde ke ukuthi mhlawumbe ngabe niyaweseka ini lo mthetho sivivinyo noma cha.
If you don't support the bill, please indicate to us which parts of the bill you don't support.
Uma ke kungukuthi awuhambisani nalo mthetho sivivinyo siyocela ukuthi usazise ukuthi usazise ukuthi yipi ingxenye yomthetho sivivinyo ongahambisani nayo.
And what are the new changes that you are proposing for us to consider before the bill is passed into a law?
nokuthi ke iziphi mhlawumbe wena izinguquko ofisa sizibheke ngaphambi kokuba ke lo mthethosivivinywa ugcine usuphasa uba umthetho.
So if you support the bill, that's good for us. But if you don't, please give us some recommendation and inputs to be considered.
Maweseka kumthethosivivinyo uhamba kahle ngakuthina lokho kodwa ke mawungaweseki veza ukuthi ubufisa mhlawumbe kulungiselwa lapha nalapha bese usho ukuthi ke awuweseki.
That's the summary of why we are here, and there is no one that is out of order today. All views are important, and speak your views and don't respond to what other people are saying. Thank you.
Iyona ke incazelo efinqiwe yokuthi kungani silapha namhlanje akekho ke futhi ke oyophuma eceleni umuntu ke akakhulume imbono yakhe ayibeke nje ngalendlela abona ngayo. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much. I think now everyone is clear on the purpose of today's public participation.
Siyacabanga ke siyabonga sicabanga ukuthi wonke umuntu seyaqonda ke ukuthi ke kungani sihlangene lapha namhlanje.
I would like to emphasize that in our inputs, if we could even give recommendations because they are very important.
Ngingathanda ukugcizelela ke ukuthi lapha masiveza ke izimvo zethu uma kungakhona izincomo noma iziphakamiso esifisa ukuzenza lokho ke kungajatshulelwa kakhulu.
Okay, we will now get to the procedures for making submissions.
Sesizofika ke endleleni okanye inqubo esizoyisebenzisa ukwenza ke lezi zethulo.
As my colleague said, all contributions are significant and hold value.
Njengobuza kwethe beseshilo yonke imbono ibalekile futhi ke inesisindo.
However, to enhance the overall process, we kindly ask all participants to adhere to a specific protocol.
Kodwa ke ukuze kusebenzeke kahle noma umsebenzi wethu belula siyacela bandla bonke abazothula noma bazokwenza izethulo banamathele ke kuwo umthethosivivinyo lo esikhuluma ngawo.
If you wish to make a submission, please raise your hand.
Uma ke ufisa ukwenza isethulo sicela uphakamise isandla.
Raised hands will be acknowledged and assigned a number.
Izandla ke eziphakanyisiwe zizawukhonjwa bese inikezwa ke inombolo.
A maximum of 10 participants will be accommodated in each round to ensure smooth proceedings.
Kuzothathwa ke abalishumi ngomzuliswano ukuze ke kusebenzeke kalula.
Upon receiving your assigned number, please take a seat in the designated chairs according to the numerical order.
Uma ke usunikeziwe inombolo uyocelwa ukuthi ke uhlale kulezi ihlale ibekiwe ngokwenombolo oyitholile.
Those are the chairs, the 10 chairs that are.
Nazi ihlalo zibekwa ngapha eceleni njoba nizibona.
Each participant is allotted 3 minutes to present their submission in a language of their preference.
Ozobe ke enza isethulo unikezwa ke imizuzu emithathu ukuthi enze isethulo sakhe esebenzisa ke ulimi aluthandayo yena.
Participants with written submissions are encouraged to submit them to the secretariat team, which is that table as I indicated earlier on.
Abanokubhalwe phansi abafisa ke ukufaka izimvo zabo ezibhalwe phansi bangaziletha kuleli tafula.
The Hoc Committee wishes to thank everyone present for taking the time to take part in this public participation process on GLAP.
Ikomiti ke lithanda ke ukubonga wonke umuntu lapha ukuthi ke nithathe isikhathi senu nazoba ingxenye yalomsebenzi kwiGLAP.
Your input will contribute to a well-balanced and thoroughly consulted law that seeks to improve South Africa's intelligence services.
Imibono yenu iyoba ingxenye ke yezinto ezizobhekwa ekuzanywa ngazo ukuthi ke kulungiswe ezobunhloli zalapha ke ezweni lethu.
I will now open up for those that want to give inputs. You can now raise your hands. The first 10.
Sivulele abafisa ukwenza izethulo seningaqala niphakamise izandla abokuqala abalishumi.
1. Hands.
Izandla. Sicela siphakamise izandla abafisa ukukhuluma.
Okay. No, I think, the second hand,
Isandla sesibili.
any other hands?
Sisekhona ezinye.
Number three, oh, number three. Number four. The first round is always having problems.
Umzuliswano
Number
wokuqala uvame kuba
five.
inkinga ke. Kodwa ke sizawubona.
Any other hand?
Sisekhona ezinye izandla.
Can we have hands? It's always a problem when we get to the second round,
Kuvame kuba inkinga ke mase sithatha umzuliswano wesibili.
that we have more than 10, and which will be a problem. Can we
Kusuke-
have our first 10? Yeah.
Kuvame ukuthi babe baningi kakhulu ke okuvame ukuthi kube
Number
inkinga.
6,
Owesithupha.
any other person?
Usekhona omunye?
Or must I just start pointing?
Ngale kwaloko sesizoma nesikhombe nje.
Okay. We are having 6.
Sinabasithupha njengamanje.
Can I repeat that the second round will only have 10?
Ngiyacabanga ngiphinde ukuthi ke umzuliswano wesibili uzaba nabalishumi kuphela na.
And we still have got 4 here.
Kusana nehlale ezine ezingakabathola abantu.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Siyabonga.
Can we have the first input? And you say your name, and if you represent an organization or NGO, you say that.
Uzosho
As you
igama
start.
lakho usazise ukuthi uqhamuka kuphi umele yiphi inhlangano makwenzeka.
Sanbonani.
Good morning.
My name is Mtunzi Yende
Igama lami ngumthunzi Yende
from Economic Freedom Fighters.
ovela kwi-Economic Freedom Fighters.
Yes. I would like to greet the Member of Parliament,
Ngithanda ukubingelela amalunga eParliament,
officials who are working within the Parliament,
abasebenza eParliament,
the Executive Mayor of Msugalegwa and the Whip,
nosodolobho omkhulu wasemsukalitu nanososwebhu
and all the public members who are present here.
namalunga omphakathi onke akhona lapha.
Yeah, I find it very difficult ukuthi support the bill
Ngithola kunzima kakhulu ukusekela lo mthethosivivinyo.
due to ukuthi ngibona ukuthi kungathi ithe ibill ukuze silethe ama submission ngibona kungathi ayidlalanga indima yokwazisa abantu mayelana nale bill.
It appears as if it didn't play its proper role in order to inform the public about this coming for the bill.
Yingakho nje ukubona kungathi kunzima nokuthi abantu baphakamise izandla ngoba abantu abaningi masihlangabezana nabo thina siyaye siqhubane naye njengama leaders omphakathi.
That is why people are not prepared to raise their hands, because as members, as the leaders of the community, we usually meet them and
Bangakhona uku-understand ukuthi kuyibill yani lo mthetho sichibiyelo le Intelligent Act kwakona lokho kuyini
they
kubanceda
don't
ngani.
understand about this intelligence bill and what will be of use to them.
Kangangokuthi uma usekuchaza omunye oyilunga lekomiti lana kungathi khathi kusicacelekela kahle nabanye abantu ngendlela akuchaze ngayo kodwa isikhathi okufike ngaso nalama document esiwathole la abhaliwe singeke sikhone ukuwafunda
And
ngesikhathi
when
esincane.
it was being explained by the member of the parliament, it was then we started to understand.
Kanti nje namaphepha lawa esiwathola uma singena lana kuyiphepha elinama page amaningi ukuthi
And the
ungawafunda
copies of the
ngesikhathi
bill that we get here, there are many pages on the bill. And the time that we have is very limited.
Kanti nje ngokwami ngikubona kubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi singamalungu omphakathi nathi kumele sibe nolwazi olinqala mayelana nokwazi ngale intelligent bill.
According to me, I think it is very important for us to understand what is it about, this intelligent, the G-Lab.
Ngoba sikubona kakhulu ukubalekela ngoba indlela i-intelligent bill uma ichazwa ibukeka kuyinto evikela thine
If it's
ekhosifakeni engqupheni yokuvikeleka eSouth Africa.
If it is explained, it appears as if it does protect us in many other things.
Eyokugcina engithanda ukuyixazulula eyokuthi
The
kungaba
last one.
ngombuzo okuwukuthi ngizwe uma bechaza bathi there's this intelligent I don't know academy okuwukuthi ngithanda ukuchazeleka kahle ukuthi iyosebenza ngayiphi indlela.
The last one is about the academy that I had. They were speaking about it. I just want to know how is it going to function and help us.
Ngokuba kuwukuthi uma uthi uyayilandelisisa kahle kungathi kuzobe kuyisikolo sokufundisa kodwa kuwukuthi wobani abayoba nelungelo lokuthi baye kulezo zikolo kuyoba umbutho wamaphoyisa or izovuleleka kubo bonke abantu abafisa ukuyofunda.
It's as if it's about learning or training of some kind. But we just want to know as to, is only the police that will be trained there or it's open to everybody?
Ngoba okungisabisayo ukuthi uma ivalelekile kwakona lokho kuyofaka abantu base South Africa engqupheni uma kuwukuthi iyavaleleka.
Because if it is confined and limited, it will put us at risk as South Africans.
Ngoba ngiyathemba ukuthi uma izovuleleka
If it's open to all,
izokhona ukuthi ithole abantu abaningi abazoba nekhono lokuthi bakhone ukuthi ba-interprete bakhone nokuvikela izwe lase South Africa ngokulithanda lwabo kondani ukuthi mayivalelekile igcine igqile eqembini elithile lezepolitiki.
it will be able to accommodate a number of people because if it's confined, it will only allow one party to rule on it or to be dominant on it.
Lokho okungenza ukuthi kunganelisi abantu bonke base South Africa.
And the South Africans will never be satisfied about that.
That is all my submission.
Yikho konke ke bengifisa ukwethula.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Chairperson,
Sihlalo hloniphekile,
Honorable J. Marke and committee members,
malungu eParliamente.
my name is Ismail Jusub,
Gama lami ngu-Ismail Jusab.
and as the legal officer of constitutional programs at the F.W. de Klerk Foundation,
Ngisebenza kwezomthetho what is the name of it?
F.W. de Klerk Foundation,
Foundation.
I stand before you today deeply concerned about the General Intelligence Laws Amendment
Yimi
Bill.
lapha ngikhathazekile nge-G-Lab.
The F.W. de Klerk Foundation is dedicated to making our constitutional democracy a reality for all South Africans.
Inhlangano yami izimisele kakhulu ukuthi kube neqiniso elizosebenzeka kubo bonke abantu baseNingizimu Afrika.
Thus, the foundation is, in fact, deeply concerned with this bill.
Ikhathazekile kakhulu mayelana nalo mthetho.
Now, Section 1 of our Constitution
Isigaba sokuqala somthethosisekelo wethu
makes it clear that ours is a democracy based upon the advancement of human rights and freedoms.
Can you repeat yourself?
Section 1 of our constitutional democracy
Isigaba 1 somthethosisekelo
makes it clear
iyacacisa
that ours is a democracy
ukuthi ke thina njengomthetho njengentando yeningi
founded upon the advancement of human rights and freedoms.
Sikhulumela phezu kwamalungelo esintu noma abantu nezinkululeko.
The Constitution's Bill of Rights
Constitution Bill of Rights
is the cornerstone of our
isisekelo
democracy
sentando yeningi yethu
and includes the right to privacy,
nelungelo lobungasese bethu.
that's section 14 of the Constitution, and access to
14 somthethosisekelo wethu.
and the access to courts, section 34 of the Constitution,
Inkantolo okusection 34.
both of which are justiciable in terms of section 38 of the Constitution.
Ehambisanayo-ke no section 38 womthethosisekelo.
The state is bound by these rights and must respect, promote, and advance them.
Umuso-ke ubophezelekile kulamalungelo. Kanti kufanele uhloniphe, uvikele, futhi iwathuthukise amalungelo esintu.
The foundation has the following concerns.
Khona-ke izinto ezisikhathazile siyi-foundation kuloko okulandelayo.
Firstly,
Okokuqala,
the bill's ambiguous definitions
izincazelo ezingaqondakali ezingazwisiseki.
result in a broad surveillance scope
Yenza-ke kungabi khona okubanzi bokuthi siyibuke kahle lento.
and expansive powers
Kanye futhi-ke namandla kuyiwona esosebenzela phezu kwawo.
granted to the South African Intelligence Agency.
Anikwele South African Intelligence Agency.
This poses a significant threat to the rights and freedoms of our citizens.
Kuletha ukwesaba okukhulu-ke emalungelweni ey'nkululekweni zabahlali baseNingizimu Afrika.
The erosion of privacy,
Ukuguguleka nje kobungasese bomuntu nomuntu.
the empowerment of state interference,
Amandla anikwe ukungenelela kombuso.
and the stifling of dissent are not merely theoretical concerns, but tangible risks
Konke lokhu akubekiwe kube kubonakala kunobungozi.
that this bill brings to the forefront.
Ilokho okuhamba phambili kulo mthethosisekelo.
The categories of persons affected
Izingxenye zabantu abathintekayo.
by this bill's interpretation
Ngale ncazelo yalo mthethosivivinyo
of section 198 of the Constitution
kasigaba 198 kwangomthethosisekelo
are diverse
kunokwehluka akufani.
and encompass a wide range of individuals
Kufaka nenhlobonhlobo zabantu abaningi abahlukene.
striving to exercise their rights
Bezama ukusebenzisa amalungelo abo
and improve their lives.
benze ngcono impilo zabo.
Now, this includes
Lokhu kufaka ke
activists advocating for social change,
ayishoshovu ezimemezela amalungelo ezobulungiswa.
marginalized communities marginalized communities seeking equality,
Abantu ababekwe ngaphandle befuna ukubona ukulingana.
citizens participating in peaceful protests,
Nabahlali basezweni bebamba iqhaza kuyo yonke into yasezweni.
and individuals expressing dissenting opinions.
Nabantu ke begcizelela besho lokho okuyimbono yabo.
So, by equating activities inconsistent with section 198 of the Constitution
Ngokulinganisa ke imsebenzi ethile ngoka section 198 kuletha ukwesaba
to threats against national security,
kwi national security.
the bill means
Lo mthethosisekelo uchaza ukuthi
that potentially every single South African citizen
ukuthi umhlali nomhlali wase South Africa ngamunye
is seen as a potential threat
uyingozi kwasayena uqobo lwakhe.
that the intelligence agency is allowed to survey.
Lapho ke zobunhloli zivunyelwe ukuthi zikuhlole lokhu.
Such a broad interpretation
Lokhu incazelo ebanzi kangaka
not only stifles political dissent,
ayiphazamisi nje ezombusazwe.
limiting our political rights enshrined in section 19,
Besivalela ke amalungelo ethu ezombusazwe ashiwo lapha ku section 19.
but does so in a way that cannot be justified
Kodwa benze ke lokhu ngendlela ongeke ifakazeleke
in an open and democratic society,
emphakathini ovulelekile.
failing the Section 36 test
Bese ke ungabazisa ngo section 36
for the state to limit the rights of its citizens.
ukuthi ke umbuso ube nomkhawulo emalungelweni abahlali baseNingizimu Afrika.
So the net effect of the bill
Umphumela ke noma umthelela ke walomthethosivivinyo
for the average South African
kubantu nje baseNingizimu Afrika
is profound.
baleke kakhulu.
It could lead to a chilling effect on the freedom of speech, Section 14 of the Constitution.
Kungaba nomthelela ongemuhle kakhulu nogodolisayo kakhulu.
It directly curtails the right to privacy,
Iyaphazamisa kakhulu amalungelo kwezombusazwe nezangasese
as per Section 14 of the Constitution.
ngoka section 14 womthethosisekelo.
It infringes on political rights,
Iphazamisa ke namalungelo kwezombusazwe
as per Section 19 of the
ngoka section
Constitution.
19.
It hinders the freedom of trade and occupation,
Bese iba isithiyo ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukugcizelela abasha abafuna ukusho nakwezokuhweba
as per Section 22 of the Constitution.
ngoka section 22.
And it erodes the trust between the citizens and the state.
Bese iqeda ke ubuhlobo phakathi ke kwabahlali kanye nombuso ongumhulumeni.
The second significant threat
Ekunye ke okusabisa kakhulu kwesibili ngalomthethosisekelo
after the bill's broad scope and varying definitions
njengoba kuveza ke izingazelo ezingacacile
Is-
eziveki
is the risk of abuse by state powers.
bese sibona ukuthi ke amandla ombuso angaxhaphaza abantu ngalomthethosisekelo.
The carte blanche authority, that means the total or complete authority
Amandla aphelele ke lapha
granted to the intelligence agency
afakwe kulolu phiko lwezomhloli
to determine who qualifies
ukuthi ubani ofanelekile
as a person or institution of national security interest
kungaba ke umuntu ongenayo ku national security intelligence.
opens the door to arbitrary decision-making and abuse of authority.
Lola ke iminyango yokuthi xhashazwe amandla ezombuso.
These provisions could allow for civil society organizations
Lokhu ke lemhlinzekelo ingathinta kakhulu inhlalo yabantu
like the FW de Klerk Foundation
njenge FW de Klerk Foundation
and their affiliates
na sebenzisana nabo
to be perceived by the agency
ukuthi bakhohliswe ke lolu phiko
as persons or institutions of national security interest.
njengabantu noma ikhungo ze national security interest.
They may be subjected to a compulsory vetting investigation
Bangaze baphoqelele nokuthi bayohlolwa kabanzi kubizwa ngokuthi vetting
to determine their security competence,
ukuthi ngempela ke bavikelekile yini
that is, whether they qualify for a security clearance certificate.
noma bangasithola isitifiketi sokuthi bagezekile igama labo bamsulwa
If a person or institution of national security interest, even an external entity,
ngisho ke nokwangaphandle khongo zangaphandle
without any access to classified information
ukuthi bangakwazi ukufinyelela kulo lalwazi olubekekile lavalelo
and completely incapable of espionage,
ukuthi ke kube nokuyobuka ngaphandle ngendlela engafanelekile to spy espionage
is to be seen as acting as inconsistent with Section 198 of the Constitution.
Bangahambisani yini no section 100 womthethosisekelo.
They risk failing to obtain a security clearance certificate.
Ukungasitholi ke lesi sitifiketi sokuthi ligezekile igama lakho umsulwa
Now, the risk of failing to obtain such a certificate is severe.
Isitifiketi kungenzeka noma kanjani futhi kubi
It could lead to the cessation of operations
kungama ke indlela zokusebenza
and even criminal prosecution
nanokuboshwa kungenzeka
under the guise of terrorism.
kube sekuthiwa ke ningabashoshinisha nizohlasela izwe.
And our last big concern
Okugcina kokungiphethe kabi
is that it results in the state
ukuthi imphumela ke ezombuso
being able to spy on anyone
ukuthi kuyohlola noma ubani kuyokrotshwa lapha noma ubani
without ever informing them.
umuntu engatsheliwe bengatsheliwe ukuthi bazohlolwa.
In this regard, the bill is simply unconstitutional,
Ngakho ke lo mthethosivivinyo ubukeka ungahambisani nomthethosisekelo
as it flies in the face of the Constitutional Court's Amabungane judgment.
ngoba ke uyashayisana
30 seconds.
mabhungane.
Therefore, Chairman and Committee, we propose that the bill needs clear and precise definitions
Ukuthi kufanele kube nencazelo ezicacile esikuphakamisayo lokho
to terms such as threat
kungabi kungasabisi
and persons or institutions of national security interest.
national security interest.
Furthermore, we recommend
30
Siyangoma
seconds.
ke isinqumo sethu sithi
that the bill needs enhanced oversight mechanisms
kufanele kube nendlela yokubhekelela kabusha
to ensure accountability
ukuthi khona abaphendulayo ngalokhu
and the rule of law.
kanye nomthetho uqobolayo ukusebenza kwawo.
Thank you for your consideration.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I've started on a wrong note.
Engathi siqale kabi.
The last input was given so much time, maybe because we didn't make 10 there, but that was, I don't think that will be acceptable.
Sicabanga ke lesikhulumi esiqeda kusuka la sinikezwe isikhathi ke eside kakhulu kodwa ke lokhu ngathi ke akuzukwamkeleka.
For instance, if I don't give the next speaker the same time, he will say there's discrimination around.
Uma ke ngingasanikeza isikhulumi esilandelayo isikhathi esifana nalesiya uzathi ke kunokubekeka eceleni okanye ke kunokuvinjwa.
Okay, I don't think we need to go that route, but maybe because he was focused on specific, well, let me not justify anything, it's just not acceptable.
Asithi nje akwamkelekile masingayichazi kakhulu.
Okay, you are on the floor.
Ungaqhubeka.
Ngibonga isihlalo.
Thank you, Chair.
Ngibingelele ama-member weParliament.
Greetings to the
Ngibingelele amaforo amakhona la ngaphakathi.
greetings to the members of Parliament as well as everyone inside.
Esihlalo mina ngeke ngikuphathise ubuthongo. Just ngizokhuluma nje lokho okuncane nje kuntathunyana.
Chairperson,
Ngeke
I will
ngikulalise.
not make you fall asleep. I have just a few things to say.
Yeah, mina ngizosupport idocument ekuqala.
I do support the document firstly.
100%.
I support it 100%.
Enye into engijabulisa kakhulu la ukuthi ngithula
Introduction, you forgot.
okay. Sengena endabeni sihlalo ngiyaxolisa.
Sorry, I jumped straight to the issue.
Igama lami nguDr Thobela ngibuya eWard 6 edipalising.
My name is Dr. Tobega from Ward 6.
Ngisecretary CPF eWard 6.
I'm the secretary of the CPF in Ward 6.
Into engijabulisa kakhulu la ukuthi kule document ngijabuliswa lento ye domestic intelligence le nithi ngizo establish.
What makes me happy in this document is the part where it speaks about the domestic intelligence which you say you will establish.
And ngicabanga ukuthi lento le ebhalwe la ayijabulisi mina ngedwa.
I think what is written here not only makes only me happy.
Ijabulisa abantu abaningi because of ngingumhlali wase South Africa. Benginalento ukuthi nangihleli ngiqabanga ukuthi ngathi iintelligent yethu yala eSouth Africa ibhekelele kakhulu emazweni angaphandle thina esinakekeli.
It makes a whole lot of
asina safety kahle kahle.
It makes a whole lot of South African citizens happy because as a citizen of South Africa, I was of the idea to some extent that the intelligence of our country is focused mainly on foreign countries. It does not work for us.
So lokho kuyangijabulisa kakhulu. Okunye ngizocela ukuphuma kancane kodwa
That makes us
Ngithenge
happy.
ngikulalise sihlalo.
But I would just like to say something on the side. I did say I will not make you fall asleep.
Engicelayo iloku futhi nginale nkinga ngoba sikhuluma ngathi sikhuluma nge-safety and security la.
I also have this problem because we are talking about safety and security here.
Sinalento esikhathaza kakhulu le bayibiza ukuthi SIRA la eSouth Africa.
We have something that worries us quite a lot here in South Africa, the one that they refer to as SIRA.
Bengajabula kakhulu if inga nationalized.
I would be very happy if it could be nationalized.
I think ukuthi nayo izo assista la ku safety and security because we have abanye abantu bekumaphoyisa abanye they have started companies just ukuthi bakhona ukusebenzisana nayo le
I
safety
think
and
it would
security.
also help in terms of the state security because we have other people who might have been police officers, they have started their companies, and if these people came together and worked together.
And okunye futhi engicelayo bengicela ukuthi niscreatele inamba le free call because of information iba khona
I would
yonke
also
le ndawo but we don't know ukuthi thina singa reporta kuphi.
I would also request that you create
Kunenkinga ezikhona ngiyacabanga ukuthi uyangibamba sihlalo ukuthi ngikhuluma ngani. Kunenkinga ezikhona la singakhona ukureporta khona.
I would also request that-
Siyasaba abanye ukukhuluma.
Wait, hello. I would also request that a toll-free line be established because information may be available within the communities and some of us are actually scared to come and speak in public,
Just be public.
as long as it's free for the public.
Ya iloko nje kuphela.
That was
But
it.
ngiya support
Chairperson. I
100%.
do support the bill 100%.
Thank you very much. We definitely didn't sleep.
Hayi siyabonga kakhulu, azange siphathwe na ubuthongo. Siyabonga sihlalo mnumzana Make ngokunjalo nekomiti lakho. Siyabonga futhi ngethuba lokuthi size sizokwenza ke izethulo zethu.
And I will also thank everyone here for coming to make their submissions.
Phinde ke ngibonge wonke umuntu ozile lapha ukuzokwenza ke izethulo.
All protocols observed.
Silandela yonke ke inqubo.
I want to support this bill 100% like the previous speaker.
Ngifuna ke ukweseka lo mthethosivivinyo kakhulu njengalo uzakwethu bekhuluma manje.
Introduction.
Igama nesibongo.
Can I then ask the interpreters before they start to remind the speakers?
Sizonikhumbuza ke igama nesibongo uqhamukaphi ngaphambi kokuqala.
Thank you, Chairperson, for
Ngiyabonga
also reminding me. My name is Temba Nomen Tlabati.
Igama lami nguBhekithemba Nomen Tlabati.
I'm coming from Jagastad to represent African National Congress.
Ngisuka ke eJagastad ngizomela ke iAfrican National Congress.
And I'm here to make a submission to support this bill, Chairperson.
Ngizokwenza ke isethulo esiwesekayo lo mthetho sihlalo.
And I will also clarify that this bill was made public for everyone to make submissions.
Ngizophinde ngikucacise futhi ukuthi ke lo mthethosivivinyo wakhishwa ukuthi ke abantu benze izethulo zabo phambilini.
And as the member of the ad hoc has alluded to the fact that it has been given an extension to make submissions.
Njengoba ke ilunga lekomiti bese liye laveza ukuthi ke kwaphinde kwelulwa futhi isikhathi ukuthi ke kunikezwe ithuba abafisa ukwenza izethulo.
So we are grateful for that.
Siyabonga futhi ke siyakujabulela lokho.
As I've said, Chairperson, I'm here to support the bill.
Njengoba sengishilo sihlalo ngizokweseka ke lo mthethosivivinyo.
This bill will help the government to monitor every action that happens around the communities and everywhere.
Lo mthethosivivinyo ke uzawulekelela uhulumeni okanye ke umbuso ukuthi ke ukwazi ukubheka izinto ezenzekayo emphakathini yonkana.
And at all times.
Ngazo zonke izikhathi.
This bill will help the government to have information on any threat that may be caused or that may occur around the country.
Kuzophinde ke uvumele uhulumeni ukuthi ke abe nolwazi ngezinto ezingase ke zenzeke lapha ke ezweni lethu.
And I would like to say, Chairperson, that freedom of speech has limitations.
Ngaphinde ngithanda ukusho ke sihlalo ukuthi ke ilungelo lokukhuluma ngenkululeko lihamba ke libe khona la elinokuthi ke linqanyulwe khona.
As a public servant, you are made aware of what confidential information is and what not to disclose to the public.
Njengomsebenzi ke kahulumeni umuntu usukazi ukuthi ke okuthiwa kuyimfihlo ikuphi nanokuthi ke ikuphi okungafanele kuvezelwe ke umphakathi.
For an example, working for parliament or working as the policemen, the soldiers,
Isibonelo kungaba ke umuntu osebenza eParliament okanye usebenza njengephoyisa noma ke isosha
or any public servant.
okanye ke noma ngayimuphi umsebenzi ke kahulumeni.
It is very critical to be confidential about the intelligence of the nation.
Kubaluleke kakhulu ukuthi ke kube khona ezinye zezimfihlo mayelana ke nezobunhloli zalelizwe.
So that we avoid the occurrence of what Mr. Mafe did to our parliament.
Ukuze ke sibalekele okanye sigweme izinto ke ezifana nale eyenziwa ke umnumzana uMafe kwiParliament lethu.
Because some political parties deploy their members to get the intelligence and to also know where to hit our country.
Ngoba ke amanye amaqembu ezopolitiki athumela ke amalunga awo ukuthi ke ayoqoqa ke ezobunhloli futhi ke bese bethola nolwazi ukuthi ke ikuphi la kuthambe khona bangashaya khona ezweni.
So by the amendment or the creation of this bill and the academy working with the ministry,
Ngokwakhiwa ke nokuchitshiyelwa kwalomthetho vivinyo kusetshenzwa ke nomnyango kaNgqongqoshe.
I would suggest that the measures be stringent.
Ngingaphakamisa ukuthi ke engathi kungaqiniswa ke isandla makuza ke ezintweni ekudinga ukuba zenziwe.
By installing drones,
Lokhu ke kungenziwa ngokufaka izinto ezibizwa ngokuthi ke ama drones
to spy on all the public servants.
ukuze ke kuhlolwe okanye kutholwe ulwazi kubo bonke abasebenzi bakahulumeni.
Because some of them, they don't have our country at the good heart.
Ngoba ke abanye babo bakhona nje kodwa ke abalithandi kahle kahle izwe lethu.
For an example, something happened in our neighboring country called Zimbabwe.
Isibonelo khona ke okwenzeke lapha ezweni elingumakhelwane wethu iZimbabwe.
It was published on African nation, it's Al Jazeera, yes.
Iye yavela lapha kwi Al Jazeera.
The president misused his powers.
Umengameli wakhona wasebenzisa ke amandla akhe ngokungekho emthethweni.
So by amending this bill, we will avoid such occurrences in our country.
Chibiyela ke lomthetho siyokwazi ukuthi sizigweme izinto ezifana nalezo lapha ezweni lethu.
Hence, I'm here to support the bill.
Njengoba ngilapha nje ukuzokweseka umthetho sivivinyo.
And I would also suggest that once the bill has been enacted,
Ngizophinde ngiphakamisa ukuthi uma ngabe ke lomthetho sivivinyo usuphasisiwe waba ke ngumthetho,
the country and the intelligence apply the profiling of each and every individual from a younger stage.
izwe ngokunjalo nezobunhloli babheke ke umuntu nomuntu kusuka ke umuntu esamncane.
Working together with other departments like the Home Affairs,
Lokhu bayokwenza ke besebenzisana bebambisene neminye iminyango efana ke no Home Affairs
and the Department of Education,
nomnyango wezemfundo
so that we don't have an occurrence of another Thabo Bester.
ukuze ke singabi nayo futhi into ezakwenzeka ethi mayifane nalomfo okuthiwa nguThabo Bester.
And we can then track the record of where and how did we fail in uplifting a good society and a good
Singabe ke
citizenship.
sesikwazi ukuthi silandele ukuthi ke mhlawumbe ikuphi la sehluleke khona ukwakha futhi nokukhulisa ke umphakathi osebenzela lelizwe lethu.
And Chairperson, I am Dinswalo. Good morning, good
Sihlalo,
afternoon,
good
good
Dinswalo.
evening, and
Ngiyabonga.
good night. Thank you.
Ngiyabonga seniyolala kahle.
Thank you very much. As it was said earlier on, all inputs will be noted. I hope the Secretariat didn't miss that one of drones.
Ngethemba njengoba besishilo ekuqaleni konke kukhulumeke kahle. Abana nokubhala ubhale kahle konke okudingakalayo.
I would like to
Ngingathanda
greet the chairperson of the committee, Mr. Make, and all members of the committee.
ngicela ukubingelela ke usihlalo umnumzana uMake kanye namalungu eParliament onke.
Ngiphinde ngibingelele abasebenzi baseParliament okuma officials. Let me greet the executive mayor of Msugaligwa, the acting executive mayor of the Harsibande district municipality, and all councillors that are here in the meeting.
Ngiphinde ngibingelele abasebenzi baseParliament and also greet all the mayors of Msugaligwa and the councillors that are present.
Ngithanda ukubingelela nawo wonke umphakathi waseHartsibande.
Al-
Ngono
also-
ngithi all protocol observed.
And all the community at large ngokulandelana kwey'khundla zabo.
Siyabonga igama lami nginguPriti Ngwakasibeko
My name is Pretty Sibego
ohlala lapha eWard 12
from Ward 12.
Representing the African National Congress.
Omeleleke iqembu likaKhongolose.
Chairperson,
Sihlalo
as the ANC, we want to support the bill.
njengoKhongolose sifuna ukusekela lo mthethosivivinyo.
Before we support the bill, Chairperson, sithanda ukubonga nje ukuthi i-public participation yenziwe kahle. Wonke ilunga lase South Africa libe nesikhathi lokuthi lifake ama-input to the bill,
We
and then nokuthi kuphinde extendeke nje Chairperson, sibonga kona lokho ukuthi cishe abantu base South Africa bebesenalo ithuba lokuthi bafake ama-inputs to the bill.
We thank the participation that we have seen. It appears as if everybody who wanted to put the input was able to do so. We thank this participation.
And Chairperson, this bill, it seeks also to implement the recommendation of the high-level review panel
Ifuna ke nokufaka ke izincomo the committee eliphezulu lokubuyekeza
and the state capture recommendation
nokanye nezincomo ezenziwa ngendaba yokugunyazwa kombuso ukuthathwa kombuso
to separate the two branches of the intelligence being the domestic and foreign branches.
nokuhlukanisa ke ngokukhuluma ngezasekhaya nezangaphandle kwalelizwe.
It will strengthen the work of intelligence
Uzoqinisa ngomsebenzi wezobunhloli
to make sure that they are not overtaken by the event, Chairperson.
nokuthi abagumbuqiwe ke yisimo sihlalo.
Uma ngenze example Chairperson, le bill le iyos assista because logo okwenzeka ngo-2021 our July unrest lapho sagcina i-country yethu iku-havoc eyenza even ne-economy of the country go down. So this bill iyos assista lapho ngeke kusaphinde kwenzeke. The intelligent izovere detect very soon ukuthi there's something that is going to happen in the country.
We also believe that this bill will protect us to things that happened in 2021 lapho kwakunezibhelu khona, and will be protected. Ingabikho lento ukuthi kucishe kugumbuka umbuso sibona ngamehlo ethu.
This bill ngicabanga ukuthi ifike ngesikhathi esi-wrong because we can see that there are those that they don't want i-South Africa ihlale ngokuthula.
It came
Bafuna
at a very wrong time.
a right time,
A
actually.
right time, I think.
Yes, because we can see that there are South Africans
Kunabantu
that
baseNingizimu Afrika
abangafuni ukuthi e-South Africa kube nokuthula, bathanda
who
ukuthi
don't want to have peace in South Africa.
bathanda ukuthi kube nokugcuguzela.
There should be riots,
So le bill le izosilekelela
and this bill will
ukuthi
help us.
sikhone ukubamba lezo zinto masinyane kungakonakali.
We will be able to detect all those things.
And this bill will ensure that the intelligence agency work together to fight crime and corruption in the country.
Kanti futhi nomthethosivivinyo uzokwenza ukuthi lezi uphiko lezomtolo lusebenzisane ukuthi kuliwe nobugebengu eNingizimu Afrika.
And this bill will protect South African and it will serve a purpose. Chairperson, I'm here to support the bill. I thank you, Chairperson.
Sihlalo ngizosekela nje ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Yeah, sanibonani.
Good morning.
Igama lami ngubafana
My name is Bafana
ngakwaMsibi.
Msibi.
Ngibuya eGavin Mbeki municipality
I
eSekhulu.
come from Gavin Mbeki municipality.
Chairperson ngibonga leli thuba.
I thank this opportunity, Chairperson,
Ngibonge nale workshop
as well as this workshop
enisiphe yona.
that you have provided us with,
Ngibonge nakukomiti kuba khona
and the presence of the
la
committee here
eHersibande.
in Gersibane,
Ngibonge nabahlali kuba khona
as well all the residents,
no executive mayor wethu kuba khona ngaphansi kwethu.
no sodolopho mkhulu okhona
No
phakathi kwethu,
acting
nebambela lakhe
executive mayor waseHersibande.
waseGersibane.
Ngibingelela nonke futhi ngibonga
I
ukuthi nibe
greet you
khona.
all, I greet you all.
Chairperson kwami kudzaba kancane ngoba mina
I'm just saying,
ngimembe buye bahlalini.
I'm coming from the community.
Sibonga kakhulu man eofisini committee le intelligent
We thank the Committee of Intelligence
ukubuya ukuza
to
ebantwini
come to the people
sizokwenza imvuselelo.
to resuscitate.
Sazi nangokuthi yini intelligent because intelligent kwaziwa nje ukuthi abantu abobaba babuphanako.
Because we don't know about intelligence. We
Kodwa
usually
namhla-
think it's just those people who arrest people.
Kodwa namhlanje uBhungane uyichazile chairperson ukuthi intelligent abobaba ababhekele ukuphepha
Honorable
kwezwe
Bongani
lethu.
explained that intelligence is to see to it that our people are protected
Ukuze abahlali baseMzansi Afrika bahlale ngokuphepha.
so that South African residents or citizens
Yes,
stay
chairperson.
in peace and safely.
Thank you. Chairperson kulama act ubaba nalama clause awafundile ubaba uBhungane.
In these clauses that
Sijabule
Honorable
kakhulu
Bongani-
ngoba kubalekile ukuthi uma even usebenza neintelligent
If you work with
utrainwe
you should be trained.
uscreenwe waziwe
Should be
ukuthi
screened.
kahle hle awusisona yini isigebengu.
So that-
But ukuvezile lokho uBhungane ukuthi icommittee li aware and lizokwenza sure ukuthi if makuthi sekwenzakala umsebenzi wa intelligent benza sure ukuthi abantu abasebenza khona abantu abangasi igilamkhuba kule country
Because
yethu.
Honorable Bongani explained.
In short,
that you are
Chairperson,
cleared.
without wasting of time,
Can you give her a chance to interpret and then you'll continue?
so thanks Chairperson. Shortly Chairperson bengithi
Kafushane, I was saying,
kule amendment bill
in this amendment
General
bill,
Intelligent Law Amendment Bill ngiyayisupport
I
100%.
support it 100%.
Ngibonge nokuthi committee futhi likhona ngaphansi
And
kwethu ngiyabonga.
again, the presence of the committee within us. Thank you.
Hayi, thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Can we get to the second round? Hands.
Ake sithole izandla kumjikelezo wesibili.
Number 1, number 2 at the back, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, in that order. Number 7. That's number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. In that order.
Ngaloko kulandelana. Can I proceed, Chair? Can he proceed, Chair?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Ungaqhubeka, baba.
Ngithanda ukubingelela. Igama uMichael wakamfukeng.
Greetings, my name is Michael Mufukeng.
Ngisuke endaweni yaseGavenberg. eGavenberg, eLeandra,
I come from a place called Calvin Peggy
in Leandra. In Leandra.
in Leandra.
Ngiyabingelela chairperson nendlu yonke.
I would like to greet the chairperson as well as the house
Elami
in its
igama nje
entirety.
lilula kakhulu. Elami igama nje lilula kakhulu. I don't support the bill.
Mine is quite simple. I do not support the bill.
What is the use of supporting the bill while it was the bill before support kodwa ngasincedi ngalutho?
Ukuphi ke umsebenzi ukuthi ke support umthetho sivivinyo okwakade kuumthetho kodwa ke wangasisiza ngalutho.
Into ekufanele yenzakale iParliament alibhadala amaphoyisa kuphela.
What should happen is that Parliament should pay police enough and that's
Because
it.
niyawatraina niwatraine bawadizele ahluleke ukwenza lo msebenzi oniwatraine wona.
You train them and then they are bribed and then they fail to carry out their duties.
Problem esibhekene nayo eSouth Africa, it's only that problem. The people ekufanele ba protect umphakathi isalary yabo incane kakhulu.
The biggest problem we are facing in South Africa is that the people who are tasked with protecting the communities of South Africa are paid a very meager salary.
For an example,
Isibonelo,
kwakunabaphenyi abakhulu esasinabo kwathiwa abasebenzi kwa-amendwa ibill kwenza i-TRT nayo still ayibonakala umsebenzi wayo because isalary abayitholayo incane.
we had highly trained investigators. They were trained and then they were taken to TRT, but still we do not see what they are doing. Their salary is still very little.
Hulumeni wethu akaraise isalary yamaphoyisa wethu bekele ukuthatha itshontsho sizoba right.
Our government should raise the salary of the police officers so that they stop being bribed and the country will be fine.
So I don't support the bill, that's all.
Ngaleyo ndlela ke angiweseki lo mthetho sivivinyo. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Siyabonga.
Sanbonani,
Greetings.
all protocol observed.
Zonke ke izikhundla nenqubo ilandelwe.
Igama lami ngingu-Simon wakashongwe.
My name is Simon Shongwe.
Ngibuya ku-organization, i-Treatment Action Campaign,
I'm from an organization called Treatment Action Campaign.
and also I'm a concerned citizen of South Africa.
Futhi ke ngingumhlali walapha South Africa othintekayo.
Mine is not too long.
Okwama kude nhlobo.
Okokuqala nje ngizoqela ukuthi ama-whistleblowers abe protected.
Firstly, I would like to request that whistleblowers be protected.
Yes, sinama concerned citizens la asebenzela umphakathi voluntarily.
Yes, we do have concerned citizens who work for the community voluntarily.
But labo bantu labo, they are being sold by those people abagade ukuthi bazoba protect amabakipa information yezinto ezingahambi kahle.
But such people are sold by the very same people that they depend on for protection should they give out information when things are not going well.
I will also speak about amaphoyisa wethu nama security lawa esithembele kiwo ukuthi ngiwo azosenzela umsebenzi.
I'll also speak about our police and our security, which we trust in terms of doing what they need to do to keep us protected.
We are being asked ukuthi if ever we see something that is wrong, we should whistleblow.
Siyayicela ukuthi ke uma kwenzeka umuntu ebona ke okungahambi kahle noma okungenziwa ngendlela makakhulume.
Only to find out ukuthi labo bantu labo esithi siyaba reporter kusuke sebazi before amaphoyisa aya lapho.
Only to find out that the people that we would be reporting at the time would already have this information even before the police get to them.
Besaqela intervention nalapho ngazothi intelligent ingasilalela iqhaza.
We therefore request intervention in this, especially in terms of a part that can be played by the intelligence.
Another concern is issue yama soja emnqeleni.
Another concern is the issue of our soldiers on the borders.
Siyazi ukuthi alapha for ukuthi a protect izwe lethu, but sewayathengwa afake abantu abeza ngaphakathi bazosibulala ngama products nangokunye kwabo.
We know that they are there to protect the country, but they are now easily bought and then they would give access to people who come here and kill us.
Also sizoqela ekuthenini even ama government departments ngazuthi kungaba khona intervention.
We would also request that even the government departments themselves, there should be some kind of intervention in that as well.
In terms of siyayibona kunemal administration, stealing and the corruption.
Siyabona kunokungasebenzi kahle, kuphinde ke kuzoba ke nenkohlakalo.
Umzekelo ngesikhathi se-COVID ngama PPEs.
A good example would be during COVID times, the PPEs.
Baningi lapho abatholakala ukuthi benze i-corruption, but till to date they are roaming our streets.
There were a lot of people who were found to have committed corruption, but till today they are still roaming our streets.
And siyafunda, siyabona, siyezwa.
We read, we see, we hear.
But when we try to act, ngazuthi kuba khona labo bantu labo abazivimbayo.
Kodwa ke masizama ukwenza okuthize, it seems like there'd be people who would hinder us from doing that.
Because sabela impilo zethu.
Because we are also fearful for our lives.
Siyazi ukuthi on the 21st, Honorable Ubaba uGontongwane
We know that on the 21st, Honorable Gotongwane
uyobe akhipha i-budget speech.
will be delivering the budget speech.
Imali eziningi lapho ziyokhishwa.
There would be lots of monies that would be given out.
Yes, but lezo imali lezo kithi ziyofana ne-white elephant.
But such finances or monies to us would just be like white elephants.
Because ngeke zifike la kithi.
Because they will not reach us.
We are used to that and this is not right.
Sesikujwayele ke lokhu kanti ke akuyona into enhle.
Bengisaqela futhi ukuthi ama sittings afana nalawo.
I would also request that in sittings such as this one,
Ngathi angasheshe afike kithi because mase wafika ngalesikhathi lesi they are not used. Are useless kithi.
if they could be brought to us timelessly, because if they are brought like now, they tend to be useless for us.
Like the majority of us, it's like we are on planet Mars manje. We don't know what is happening.
Ingathi ke iningi lethu likomunye nje umhlaba asazi kwenzakalani njengamanje.
And it can be reached to each and every South African citizen, even emakhaya.
Lokhu ke kungenza ukuthi kufike ke kuwo wonke umuntu wase South Africa ngisho nalaba abaseyindaweni ke ezisemakhaya.
Sengqina bengisaqela kubahlonishwa bami ngazuthi bangasisharela any form of communication sizothi uma ngabe sinawo ama inputs sikhone kwahambisa kiwo noma sebahambile.
In closing, I would request that the committee share a way where we could be able to reach them if we have any submissions to make, even after they have gone, we can do so.
Yabo.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I just say, in terms of written submissions, as
Thulo ezibhalwe phansi.
the closing date was on the 15th,
Ukuvala kwezithulo kwangomhla ka-15
but of 15 February.
ku-15 kuFebruary.
But I think you can, if you have anything, you are allowed to submit to that table today as they are sitting there.
Kodwa uma kukhona isethulo othanda ukusishiya noma ufuna ukuthi simukelwe ungasishiya kubasebenzi bethu baseParliament lapha etafuleni namhlanje.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga.
Sibonge esihlalo.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Sibingelele kusihlalo nama members ad hoc committee.
Greetings to the members and the chairperson of the Ad hoc Committee.
Executive Mayor wasemsuka kwana wonke amakhansela ahambisana nawo.
The executive mayor from Sugalikwa and all the councillors accompanying him,
abasebenzi bakahulumeni ngemkhakha ehlukene kahulumeni,
government officials and their protocols,
nomphakathi okhona endlini.
and the community at large.
Ngizothanda ukuthi African National Congress
As ANC, I would like to
siyawusupporta umthethosivivinyo.
say that we support this bill.
Igama lami nguPhalaburo wakaMalatsi.
My name is Palaboro Malat.
Siyawusupporta lo mthethosivivinyo ngezathu ezithi esokuqala
We support this bill because of the following reasons.
sinenkinga ngemngcele yethu.
We have problems with our borders.
Emngcele yethu iyavuza.
Our borders are porous.
Izigebengu ziyakhona ukusuka kwamanye amazwe zizongena ezweni
All
lethu.
the thugs and foreigners are able to infiltrate to our country.
Mazingena kulezwe lethu zifike zenza ubugebengu,
And if they come here, they practice criminality.
zidayisa idakamizwa ezinye,
They sell drugs to our communities.
zitshontsha izimoto zizeqise imngcele,
They steal our cars across the border.
zishushumbisa nabantu.
And they traffic people.
Sizokhumbula ensukwini endlulile ukuthi kutholakale ibhasi igcwele abantu bokuhamba ezweni lethu.
A few days ago, a bus was discovered full of people who were being trafficked.
Okuyinkinga bekuyingane ezincane
And
zamantombazana.
what is surprising, it was these younger girls.
So umthetho uzosinceda ukulwa nalobugebengu obwenzeka ngenxa yemingcele yethu evuzayo.
This bill will also assist us a lot because of our porous borders to protect us against that.
Okwesibili ibill izosinceda ngaloko esibiza nge-cyber security.
Secondly, this bill will help us about this issue of cybersecurity.
Kule insuku akekho ongazange ake athintekwe ukuhackwa kwefoni yakhe.
These days, nobody can confess that he has never been hacked.
Kuhackwa ama-WhatsApp,
The WhatsApps are being hacked
kuthathwe iy'mali zabantu.
and monies are being deducted from their
Nama-
accounts.
Nama-accounts asemabhenki siwabona ehack.
And the accounts at the banks are being hacked.
Ibill izosinceda ngokuthi ilwisane nalobugebengu
This
obuhleliwe.
bill will protect us to fight against this corruption.
Okwesithathu ibill sizwile ukuthi izosinceda ukulwisana nalokhu sibizwa ngokuthi ukugwamandwa kwembuso, state capture.
And we have heard that this bill will fight the state capture.
Siyazi ukuthi siyizwe lase South Africa sineyinkinga eziningi
As
ngenxa
South Africans, we have a lot of problems and challenges
ngenxa yokugwamandwa kwamandla ombuso zigebengu
because of the state capture by the criminals.
ezithathe imali yezwe lethu zabaleka.
They take their money and they run away with it.
Ibill noma masizoba umthetho izosinceda ukulwa nokugwamandwa kwamandla ombuso.
This bill will fight against this state capture.
Program director siyakhumbula le bill izophinde isincede siyizwe sike saba nenkinga enkulu
Chairperson, this bill will help us
yokumoswa kwenqalasizinda yethu.
where our infrastructure is being abused or being destroyed.
Sibonile ukweba okukhulu
We've
ngalesikhathi
seen-
looting.
We've seen a lot of criminality, people stealing during the looting.
Nangesikhathi kushiswa inqalasizinda yethu
And
evuwane,
when our infrastructure was being burnt down
evuwane.
in Vuwani,
Kushiswa izikole eziningi.
schools were burnt, a
So
lot of them.
le bill izosinceda ukuthi
This bill will help us to
ubuntloli bethu bukhone ukubona izimo ezinjalo ngesikhathi.
our intelligence will be able to detect prior to the circumstances or situations.
Sibonge nokuthi uhulumeni wethu uholwa inhlangano enakekelayo.
We also thank our government because the organization that is ruling is caring.
Izwile ukukhala kwabantu ukuthi abalitholanga ithuba lokwenele lokwenza izethulo.
They've heard that, they've heard our call
And then base extend isikhathi.
and they extended the time.
And then advertise isikhathi eside.
And they've advertised for a long time.
Siya appreciate lo.
We appreciate that.
Sicela ukuthi inhlangano ebusayo
We-
ehola uhulumeni
We request that this organization that is ruling the country
iqhubeke lokunakekela imiphakathi.
just to continue caring for our people.
Sinhlangano ebusayo
As the ruling party,
sikholelwa ekutheni
we believe
nothing for us without us.
ayikho into yokwenzelwa thina ngaphandle
Hence
kwethu.
i-committee yenza lokho esikholelwa kuyo
And
sinhlangano.
the community is doing what is we believe in as the party.
Enkosi.
Ngiyabonga, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much.
Igama lami James Ngwakalbete.
I'm James Lubede.
Ngiqhamuka lapha eLukwatini CPF executive.
I'm from Elukwatini CPF executive.
Ngijabule kakhulu ukubona iParliament ngamehlo.
I'm happy to see a parliament with my naked eye.
Kudala ngilangazela ukubona abantu abasebenza eParliament.
It's been a long time I've been longing to see people who work at parliament.
Ngenxa yezigameko ezinaso lapha emphakathini.
Because of events that happen in our communities.
Ngingumuntu owakhubazeka.
I am a disabled person.
Kodwa angihlali phasi ngihlala ngigijima njalo.
I
Ngilwa
don't,
nebugebengu.
I don't, as it is, I don't sit down, I run around doing this and that.
Ngingumuntu onesiphiwo sokuba isigebengu angizwani naso.
I have this gift that makes me not like a criminal.
Kulombuthwano waka CPF ngisebenze iminyaka leminingi kakhulu.
I've worked for many years with the CPF.
Ngiyabonga ukuba ngiphathe lo mthetho lo esubona la obhaliwe namhlanje.
Thank you for bringing this bill to us.
Yes. Ngiyabonga ukuthi mhlawumbe wonke umuntu sotawukhona kwathi ukuthi kukhona umthetho lokuact number bani lo bongadiwa.
I am happy that for other people as well that we all know now that there is such an act which means this.
Liningi lebantu belati nje ukuthi kunemthetho kodwa liuva ngekukhulunywa lingakawuboni ngemehlo ukuthi lo mthetho ukuact number bani.
People always hear about the acts but they don't know where you get that.
Lengithemba ukuthi namuhla umuntu noma ngabe lo mthetho umtshela ngento la kayonile utabe adi ukuthi lo mthetho la kawuphulile ukuact number bani.
People will know if they've broken the law, they know where that act is.
Kunemthetho lo washaywa lapha ngo1965 act number 28 lapha kuthiwa khona umuntu lo sebenzela icommunity kumele angatholi lutho.
There is an act that was there in 1965, section 28, that a person who is working must not get anything.
Ngimela ngidocela ukuthi leminye yemithetho sicela mana ibuyekedwe.
We are here to request that other acts must be reviewed.
Ngidocela futhi ukuthi bantu kulomthetho lokhona mane sizameke ukucabangelwa sibamba inyoka ngedandla lapha sisebenza khona.
We requesting also that the act help us because where we are working it's very dangerous.
Yes. Lokubalulekile lokukhona.
What is important?
Emthethweni nangibuka ukuze live libe nje.
When I look at all the acts that make this land to be like this,
La likhona manje.
where I am right now,
It's because kunama perpetrator.
ngoba kukhona abantu labenda ukuthi tintfo tingahambi kahle.
Yeah. Labo bantu labenda tinto bagcugcuzela bubi emphakathini eveni.
Those people perpetrate unlawfulness in the country.
ngifuna ukukhuluma ngetinto tema internet.
I want to talk about cybercrime,
Ya, lethi khomba ububi lobendeka eJozi.
which shows us things that happen even in Johannesburg while we are here.
Uma kwendeka into eJozi uyibone la.
When things happen in Johannesburg, we see them
Umuntu
here.
uyayithatha lento leyo a-acte ngayo.
And people take that and make drama about it.
Abone ukuthi lento le endeka leJozi ikabi.
And see that the things that are happening in Jose are okay.
Ngibona tinto letendeka kuma film ema-TV.
I see things on TV, on films.
Abantu bashaya tibhamu belingisele tinto labatibona kuma-TV.
People do gun-related violence from what they see on TV.
Ngikhulumela ke ukuthi sicela ukuthi leyo mthetho ubuyeketwe letinto tema internet letiletsa bubi kulelive.
We request that all those acts must be reviewed.
Yeah. Sineke sibantu ke balamakhaya labahluphekako.
We are people from this place, we are suffering.
Sitocela ukuthi iparlamente makufika nje kuthiwa kukhulunywa nge-CPF kukhulunywa ngemuntu lolambako lodlako mara kodwa kufanele alwe nebugebengu.
When you are a CPF member, you are working with the community, you are hungry, and you have to get food.
Ngibuya lapha
While
emakhotho
you are
ethu.
fighting
Yes.
crime.
Ngibuya lapha emakhotho ethu lesinawo la.
I'm from our courts.
Emakhotho uliphoyisa malibambe umuntu.
At the court, when a policeman has arrested someone,
Uma ufika ekhotho ukhanza ukuthi liphoyisa nalo seliyagwetshwa ngummeli.
you find that the policeman also is prosecuted.
Emaphoyisa sayasaba kusebenta ngoba ayathi ukuthi le khotho uyofike limelane nemmeli.
The policemen now are afraid to arrest people because they know they will also be prosecuted for that.
Sicela lapho umthetho uphinde niwubuyekete ukuthi maphoyisa niwavikele ukuthi abameli bangawahluphi ngemacala gebengu tiyaphuma.
We request that you amend that the police must not be prosecuted when they've arrested someone.
Ngicela ukuthi tiboshwa tibe tiboshwa liphoyisa kube liphoyisa ukuze
A
kutosebentela.
criminal must be a criminal and a policeman must be a policeman.
Thank you. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Siyabonga.
Sanibonani, ngibingelele ihambeli tethu lamakhaya
Greetings to our visitors,
nabe social media.
nalaba besebosotindzaba.
Ngingithaphela igama wakamkwena Sibongo.
Tapelo Mukwena.
Ngiya Chief Albert Lethuli eJakarstad Ward 18.
From Chief Albert Lutuli in Jagastad.
Ngirepresenta ma Ward Committee.
I work with ward committees.
Ngaphasi kwenhlangano ye-SACP.
In the banner of the SACP.
Ngito supporta lo mthetho sivivinya okhona.
I'm coming to support this bill.
Ngusupporta ngenxa ukuthi ukhonile kuhlanganisa isocialism nebantu ubuyile ebantwini lo mthetho bo.
I support because the bill has brought the people together in socialism
ukhonile kuhlanganisa namalungelo ebuntu.
and worked on human rights.
La sicela ukuthi usibambise khona lo mthetho besicela ukuthi ma whistleblowers ariwadeke so that ukuthi letinye tetinto titokhona kutholakala.
Where we need this act to help us, this bill to help us, is that the whistleblowers must get an incentive.
Because umthetho sometimes nyalo uya sabotage. Police fail to assist because when CPF come with criminals, mapoisa asaba kumikisa abantu e court because they will be asked questions kusi lo skebengu les nakup.
Police no longer arrest people because they are afraid that they will be in court also for prosecution.
And upinze sicela ukuthi lo mthetho uphinze ubukelele ma opportunities for youth.
And opportunities for youth must also be catered for in this bill.
And sicela ukuthi ureviewelwe nalama middle aged la ngidlule after youth like bo age of 35.
And for the older youth,
Yes.
that is older than 35 years.
It seems like if they don't become CPFs, maybe they will work at CWP, but
If they
About-
don't become CPFs, they will only work at CWP.
and sicela ukuthi intelligence ibukelele isite nabo laba be CPF because if ningababukeleli labo bantu sometimes baba slowly kuthola mathuba emisebenzi.
This bill must also cater for the CPFs as well.
Yes.
Because they take a lot of time to solve issues if they are not catered for.
And sicela ukuthi at least for CPF if bayabasita ngemali or ayingaphumi from etikhwameni njengabo Hoc nani. If CPF goes with a budget must come from subs so that kube nema balance of tracing le mali.
The budget for CPF must come directly to CPF and not go to other stakeholders. It must be within this SAPS.
Nalapha ema-court.
Can I just ask, I think the noise level is very, very high and is drowning the speaker.
Umsindo
Please.
wena lokhuluma kangaseva.
Ngaze ngimoshe isikhathi chairperson bengito supporta lo mthetho sivikiphenyo. Sibonga ukuthi ufikile ebantwini.
I came to support this bill. Thank you so much for coming to the people, Chairperson.
Sengivala besithi nakhona sicela mathuba abuye ukuthola lemsebenzi khona lapho.
In closing, we request that job opportunities must come.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sanibonani nonke ninjani niyaphila?
Greetings.
Good, ngibingelela iParliament, imedia nabo bonke abahleli nosodolophu
Greetings to
behind.
Parliament.
Are you good? Correct. Right. Siyaqhubeka. Ngiyazwakala? Oh, yangishaya le television. Oh, ngithe iParliament,
Parliament,
imedia,
media,
sodolophu behind.
the mayor behind,
Mayor ukhona nabalingani bami nani nonke sanibonani.
my colleagues.
Thina nani nonke, God help us all, God loves us all, God bless
Asithanda
us all.
sonke, uNkulunkulu uyasibusisa sonke.
Good,
uNkulunkulu
siyabonga. Oh, yeah.
siyabonga kulungile.
Now the issue here is that
Udaba ke lapha
considering
uma sibheka
this constitution,
umthethosisekelo lo
I don't support the bill
angisekeli
on
umthethosisekelo.
condition
Kunembandela
that
The introduction,
igama lakho baba.
Sengiqale isiqaleni.
Please.
Oh, Lona khulumayo umuzi wakwaBhilane ubuya la eMsukalekwa ubuya eWard 13
I'm
khona ngale
Mozi
eBrayton.
Vilane from
Igama lakhe
Sukalekwa,
lelo.
Brighton. That is my name.
Ma. Ngisekudeni kakhulu. Ngisekudeni nami. Also okay.
Ngiyakazi kakhulu.
Okay. Yeah, ngicabanga sengiright.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Yeah. What I'm saying is that I don't support this bill.
Angiwusekeli lo mthethosivivinyo.
What is the reasons behind?
Isizathu ke.
It seems as if
Kubonakala sengathi
this bill
lo
will
mthethosivivinyo
definitely infringe our constitutional rights.
uzophambana kakhulu ngamalungelo ethu omthethosisekelo.
Considering section 22 of this
Uma
constitution
sibona
of
usigaba
1996,
22 womthethosisekelo.
considering section 38
Section
also of
38
this constitution
walo
of
mthethosisekelo
1996,
wango-1996.
section 14 as well.
Section 14 naye
And I think based on this, what you call, on this bill,
mayelana nalo mthethosisekelo
we will be affected definitely as ordinary citizens of this
sizothinteka
country.
kakhulu njengabahlali baleli zwe.
Let us all take cognizance.
Asikubheke kakhulu.
Let us all take cognizance that most of
kakhulu.
us, we are,
Thina nje
ngizathi ngesizulu. Most of us blacks, I can simply say, but it's
Thina
not
bantu
good.
abamnyama
We are illiterate. That is why we see the current bill secured
Ngakho-ke-
our rights at all costs.
yingakho ke sibonela umthethosivivinyo ugcina noma uvikela amalungelo ethu.
If we'll continue adopting such bills,
Masuvuma lo mthethosisekelo nje
vice versa,
mthethosivivinyo
opposing our democratic rights in this country,
siphikisana namalungelo
that
entando
would
yeningi.
have a negative impact.
Kuzoba
genuinely
nomthelela
so.
omubi.
So I think this is disingenuous.
Lokhu ke akuhle kahle.
I thank you all.
Nginibonga nonke. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Ngibingelele kusihlalo wekomiti,
Greetings to the chairperson of the committee,
ngibingelele namalunga eParliamente
the members of the parliament,
kanye nabo bonke abaholi abakhona la
and all the leaders that are present here,
nendlu iphelele.
and the house at large.
Igama lami nginguMoyeni wakaMnguni,
My name is Moyeni Mnguni
ngibuya eDipaliseng eWard 3,
from Edibarisenge Ward 3.
ngiward committee member yakhona.
I'm a ward committee member there.
Ngime la
I'm standing here
ngisupporta umthetho lo opropozwayo.
supporting this proposed bill.
Isizathu sami esenza ukuthi ngisupporte
My reason for that, to support,
umthetho lo ngibona ukhuluma ngezinto eziningi, ukhuluma cyber security.
it touches a lot of issues like cyber security.
For example, abanye sebakhulumile ngale issue ka July
Others.
2021
Others have touched this issue of
ukuthi 2021 July.
2021, the looting of 2021.
Ukuthi if intelligence be right ngaleso
If
sikhathi
the intelligence agency was okay at that time,
bekuyoba lula ukuthi kudilwe naleyo issue le eyenzakalayo.
it would be very easy to detect before it happened.
Njengamanje siyabona umthetho abaningi bayo criticize
A lot of people are criticizing it
because bathi u-invader i-privacy yabo.
because babona sengathi uhlasela ke ingasese labo.
More especially mawuchecka la kubo social network
If you check the social network noma ezokuxhumana,
ubona izinto ezenziwa abantu wrong
we see wrong things done by
where
people
people bakhuluma khona ukuthi makhambe kuyokwenziwa izinto wrong or
Where-
kumoshwe infrastructure.
where they organize and mobilize themselves to go and do wrong things.
Ekugcineni kungabikho into abantu abayenze umthetho abawuthathelayo.
At the end, they ignore the law.
So ngiyacabanga ke ukuthi umthetho lo ishe njalo uzokwazi ukuthi uyi-address.
I think it will address that issue.
And ngibonile futhi umthetho khona la ukhuluma khona nokuthi kuzocheckwa lama NPO ukuthi asebenza
And
kanjani.
also it is going to check the NPOs, how they operate.
Because i-tendency esibonayo eSouth Africa abantu bavula ama NPO
the tendency in South Africa, they open or they establish the NPOs
but babe baneyinhloso is wrong.
with wrong
Uthola ukuthi
objectives.
basebenzisa lama NPO ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi bahlasela uhulumeni ophethe.
They organize this, they form these NPOs to attack the government of the day,
But babe bathi bangama NPO.
and they call themselves
So nako lokho
NPOs.
ngiyaksupport
I
ukuthi
support it.
umthetho lo uzokwazi ukuthi uaddress ama
As
issue
it
afana
will
nalawo.
address all those issues.
Then
like
nama
this.
issue amaningi asihluphayo la country.
And other issues that are so challenging in this country,
Njenge issue leyo ukuthi kuba kunalento yabo human trafficking
and like human trafficking,
nawo wonke lama scams lawo siwabonayo
and all the
online.
scams that we see every day.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Nginibingelele. Igama lami uNosipho Kula, ngivela ePixley. Ngimember
Greetings, my name is Nosipho
Kula.
Kula. I'm from Pixley.
Ngimember iNC Youth League and
I'm a member of the ANC Youth League.
Deputy Secretary.
I'm the Deputy Secretary.
Bill mina ngiyayisupport
I support this bill
because umnotho wethu manje uzokhona ukukhula kahle.
because our economy will now grow nicely.
Nabafowethu laba ababhema ama drugs ngiyathemba ukuthi bazokhona ukusizakala.
And our brothers who are hooked on drugs, I'm hopeful that they would also get some assistance,
Even nengane zethu lezi ezincane
as well as our young children.
and ngiyathemba ukuthi nabantu abasha bazokhona ukuthola bazokhona ukuthola amathuba omsebenzi.
I'm also hopeful that even the youth will also be even able to secure job opportunities.
I thank you. I support the bill.
Ngiyabonga, ngiyawaseka umthetho osivivinywa.
Thank you very much.
Nginibingelele. Igama lami nguKhosi Khumalo.
Greetings, my name is Kosi Khumalo.
Ngibuya eWard 13 eMkhondo.
I'm from Mkhondo, Ward 13.
Ward committee.
I'm also a Ward Committee member.
Ngiyawamukela umthetho lo
I-
amendment.
I accept the amendments to the bill.
Nginethemba lokuthi uzosiza ekutheleni like ama investigations abakhona especially ama investigations akhona kuma crimes esinawo.
With the hope that it's going to assist us in terms of the investigations of the crimes that we already have in our country.
Because sinalokufika ukuthi justice system yethu yasifeyila.
Because we can see that our justice system is failing us.
So mangithi ngiyawamukela umthetho ngiba nalethemba lokuthi if bafaka le intelligence emtheleni ama
When-
investigator
When I say I accept this bill, I am hopeful that if they include the intelligence, it will also assist in terms of investigations.
because abanye abantu bayaphuma ngokuthi kuwe kwaba ne lack of evidence or investigation iya compromiseka somewhere.
Because some people would go free because maybe there was a lack of evidence, or I believe that maybe the intelligence could actually assist in that regard.
And okugcina ukuthi as umuntu omama ngiyakujabulela for ukuthi abantwana bethu abakhulayo nabo bathole opportunity yokufunda something different. Omunye bekangazi ukuthi ikhona intelligence so uzoba nethemba sasabe
And also,
ayifundele.
as a mother, I'm very happy that our young children who are still growing up will have an opportunity to study something that was not necessarily a common thing, because some people didn't even know there was something called the intelligence.
Thank you.
Siyabonga.
Thank you very much. Was that our last input?
Siyabonga, ingabe bekuyilaba abokugcina?
Maybe just to as closing remarks, all the inputs that were given here,
Sesivala nje yonke lemibono eveziwe lapha namhlanje.
as I said earlier on, are going to be consolidated
Njengoba bese ngishilo phambilini izawuthathwa ihlanganiswe yonke.
and then a report would be developed
Kuyobe ke sekukhiqizwa ke umbiko.
And some of the inputs don't specifically refer to the General Laws Amendment Bill.
Ezinye zeziphakamiso ezenziwe bezingakhulumi ngqo ngale gileb.
Some of the inputs belong to the National Assembly.
Ezinye ke zibhekiswe lapha noma kufanele ziye lapha kwi-National Assembly.
Some to the provincial government.
Ezinye ke ziyiswe ke kohulumeni bezifundazwe.
Some to the district or the local municipality.
Ezinye zingase zibhekiswe ke komasipala basendaweni.
Some maybe to different departments of government.
Ezinye futhi izethulo ezenziwe kungadinga ukuthi ke zidluliselwe kwiminyango eyahlukahlukene kahulumeni.
So all of those inputs are captured and will be referred to the relevant departments or the relevant structures.
Zonke ke lezi zethulo ezenziwe zithathiwe okanye ziqoshiwe ziyobe seyithathwa ke zidluliselwa kuleyo minyango ekufanele ke ziye kuyona.
Do we have any announcements?
Ngabe sikhona isimemezelo?
Do we have announcements? Okay, those that have got stickers, the blue stickers with them, or, can remain seated and there will be an announcement that will be made from the table there.
Laba ke abanezitika kuyacela ukuthi baqhubeke bahlale ngathi itafula khona ke elibalungisele kona.
And we would like to thank everybody who made inputs and those that attended. And with those few words, the meeting is closed.
Sithanda ke ukubonga bonke abantu ke abeze phambili bazokwenza ke izethulo zabo. Umhlangano usuvaliwe.